Hello, hey guys, we're here at Middlesboro with Paul Berry, aka Chester,
Yeah,
and
that's the one.
and he's nobody, not too many people know him, so you got to be careful with these
Yeah.
type of people because they come out of nowhere, out of the woodworks, and
Well, I did.
look, you're in the finals.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
making it
Yeah.
to the finals here in
Sound,
Middlesboro,
sound.
and we got what, three qualifier? Actually, three
Three,
in
yeah,
this
yeah.
Middlesboro area. He's one of the three. So let's learn a little bit about Chester here. So Chester, so how long have you had rollers?
On and off. I've had them all my life, on and off. But I started back up with these 10 years ago. And I started back up through the granddaughter. She wanted a couple of fantails, so I got her a couple of fantails and I ended up getting back these.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Hard.
didn't want them back, but I got them back. And
It's in the blood.
I've gone from there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've had them
blood
from
is
like
hard.
being a kid.
Yeah,
You know, so
So when you
know.
went back to them with the, who did you say, man, I'm gonna get some good ones, kind of like where you're at now?
well, I never really.
Yeah.
I got them off every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
just did.
yeah.
I just flew for my own self. Then I got help off a guy called Andy Cara.
And the car.
Yeah, good top quality flyer. And a lad called Chris Murphy, which is on the front now. You know, from Lesbos Answers.
Yeah.
You know, and I progressed from there. You know, and I've watched them and watched them, you know, and thought, well, that's no good, you know, put that away, put them in the bin, and I flew in the world like to qualify for this competition now, and I done it as a favour.
Yeah.
Someone pulled out, and John asked me, could you stand in?
Just a feeling.
And
look where
I
you're
ended
at.
up qualifying, you know, and it's
That's right.
stressful as out,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I thought, God, stressful as out this.
Good, good.
You know, because the winds are spoiling it, you know, and you can't get them out, and when you
I
do
think
get
it
them
feels
out,
like it's getting a little better now, maybe.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah,
hopefully it works
yeah,
out for you now.
yeah, yeah.
So, is there something that you do to get them ready?
No,
Prepare
no,
them, you
no.
just same stuff? Or?
I have a small tin, which I feed them. I've never changed, no difference, whether I'm flying them, whether I don't fly them. They still get the same tin, whether they're locked up or whether they're flying, because I won't change it. You know, I know a lot of people do, but I don't. You know, and I'm happy with what I do. You know, and
Yeah.
you know, and it's worked for me. You know, so I'm
So
just
the gentleman that you got your birds from is the family that you have now, and you created
Well-
your own from those.
yeah. Well, these what I'm flying now, of what I've bred, and I've got like 40, 50 young ones in there. There's 39 of them haven't been out because of the weather, you know, so, and I've got 24 flying, and I'm happy with what they're doing. So I know what I'm going to fly tonight, I know I'm going to get the same type of pigeon what I'm flying tonight, if they do it tonight,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you know,
Never
and
know.
I know I'm going to get the same, you know, so,
Good.
you know.
Is there somebody in the hobby, whether it's when you first started years ago or now, that you want to give a shout out to and say, you know, thank that person?
Well,
you know?
well, it was my brother-in-law when, I mean, I know you won't understand where I lived before, over the border, St. Hilda's. It was my brother-in-law who had pigeons, and he got me into it. And I used to climb buildings to catch the skemmies.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And then the old fella, God rest his soul, said to me, right, get a shed in that garden. Don't be climbing no more buildings, no more for pigeons. And I started up from there.
And
I've been on and off.
Nice.
Obviously working away. And I thought, well, I can't. I'm not having pigeons if I'm working away. And you know, and then obviously I'm back at home now, and then I've got back into them through my granddaughter, you know.
Nice,
And I
yeah.
didn't want them back.
Yeah.
I didn't. But now, I'll never get rid of them. I'll have these now till I'm in the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Well, look, every qualifier is getting one of these coins. It's a
Oh,
nice
yeah.
coin, and you know, I'm honored to give it to the qualifier also.
Yeah, yeah.
You, Chester.
Yeah.
And
Thanks
and
a lot.
now with that, that's also considered a challenge coin. So if you go and you find, say, a what's his name, Charlie Grout,
Yeah.
and he's near a bar or something, and you have that in your pocket. Hey, Charlie, where's your coin? I didn't
Yeah.
bring that thing with me, so you got to buy you a beer.
Yeah.
You got to buy you a drink.
yeah,
okay?
yeah. Well, that won't happen with Charlie. That won't happen with Charlie.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
man.
thanks a lot anyway, mate. You've done a marvellous job.
Thank
You
you,
know,
and good
I
luck to you.
appreciate what you're doing here, mate. Honestly, I really do. You know.
Good luck to you tonight.
You know, you've travelled all over the world, and I couldn't do it.
I'm honored to do it. You know, it's a love for the pigeons.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
It's the
It's in the
friendships,
blood.
the friendships that we make too. With all
Yeah,
the look,
yeah, exactly.
I would have never met you or the guys out
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Exactly,
and
exactly.
Traveling the world too.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Good luck.
You've done a good job, mate.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.